This clip is brought to you by BlackSkin.com. Erase your dark spots with BlackSkin.com. Unique skincare for you.
Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, and I'm making this video in response to all the emails, phone calls, and tweets I've been receiving in reference to my behavior on the show. First and foremost, I want to tell you there's a lot of things that led up to that argument and that blow up that you guys saw aired on the television series. So I'm here to give you some backstory and kind of not justify my behavior, but give you an idea of what led up to that behavior, so you have a comprehensive understanding of what really happened and not just what the network wanted you to see. First and foremost, I want to set the record straight by saying I was never hired by Sheree, Bravo, or True Entertainment, the production company behind the reality series, to plan an event for Sheree Whitfield. I was already scheduled to have an event for the Atlanta Music Festival, and we were asked by the producers of the show if we could modify our event to be included in an episode on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. We were asked to change our event to be a divorce party for Sheree, and in doing so, they would air the event and the party and give us some publicity for our company. Well, that was a mistake. I admit to it. I had no problem working with True Entertainment, and I had no problem modifying our event for the reality series. The problem came in when we were asked to direct it towards Sheree Whitfield. Sheree and I initially met to discuss some of the things that we wanted to happen at the event, and we had a general understanding of some of the things that were going to happen. But one of the things that she and I had talked about was her behavior and her attitude. You know, she's known in the industry as really being a diva, and so when we initially met, one of the things I told her that I would like is that she would not bring that whole diva attitude and diva mentality to this event, because that was just not a behavior pattern that I worked well with. And we both sat down and we mutually agreed on, having a successful event. Well, once we agreed to accept the event and to do it, Sheree started making all these unusual demands. She started being disrespectful to my staff and to some of the event planners and some of the people who were actively participating in planning the event. And that led up to my frustration that you actually saw aired on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like I said, we were never hired by Sheree, we were never hired by Bravo, we were never hired by True Entertainment to plan an event. This was an Atlanta Music Festival event, and we were asked to modify our existing event to include Sheree. And so for her to make those demands for a helicopter and for a bow and for all these material things and not compensate our company in this very economic challenged times was just unacceptable. And it wasn't even really about the monetary compensation. It was more or less about this blatant disrespect, being disrespectful to my staff, being disrespectful to me, being disrespectful of my time. And as you saw in the episode I referenced, her having to respect my time and respect other people's time, because we're all important in what we do and how we make our income. So I just want to give everybody a little backstory on behind the scenes and how that all transpired, so that you have a better insight. I'm not condoning my behavior. I'm not saying it's acceptable behavior, because I don't agree that it was acceptable behavior, but I do feel it's necessary for everyone to have a clear and precise picture of what led up to that event. So there you go. Thank you.
You ever looked in the mirror at dark spots on your skin and wanted to get out a big eraser and erase them all? Well, now you can. From BlackSkin.com comes the Erase My Dark Spots skincare system. A panel of Black dermatologists agreed that the ingredients in BlackSkin.com's system eliminated dark spots faster than those drugstore brands. With our help, you can erase your dark spots. Need more proof? Go to blackskin.com or call 1-888-97-ERASE. BlackSkin.com, dermatologist approved.